Hi, Ria. I welcome you at this discussion and thanks for joining, Ria. Ria, could you tell us about yourself and your association, the experience, the journey with the German language so far?
Okay, so I am Riya Yogesh Chaudhary. I am in second year studying my German as my major subject. And since my sixth standard, I started learning and started my journey with the German language.
Mhm.
In fifth, one teacher used to come for a substitution teacher, and she used to teach us ABCD and
Mhm.
numbers in German, and that fascinated me so much that I started it learning. And after the 10th, I decided to just to do something in the same language further. So I took art side, and along with that I decided to do a master's PhD in the same language.
That's good. First of all, Ria, what motivated you at the age of, when you were in class fifth? You must have been what, like 10 something? 10?
Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, so
10,
you were 10. So
yeah.
what motivated you at that time to learn German? I mean, was it a pressure from parents to learn a foreign language or necessity in the school to have chosen a foreign language? What was the motivation that made you learn German at this young age?
So in sixth standard, as our school was CBSE pattern, so in sixth we had to choose a language, of course. So there were many options, like we had 6 to 7 options, and
Nice.
from that I chose German. In fifth standard, when teacher taught us just basic like numbers, alphabets, and I thought that it's something different. And my family has a background of learning various languages.
Oh, that's good.
My grandfather, he died 2 years back, but he used to know 4 languages like Marwadi, Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, and a bit also English. So 5 languages. So our whole family is multilingual family, and I don't know what happened. And German was something different for me, and just it felt a connection that I feel something with this language, and then I started it. And through my journey from 6 standard 7, it just went on, and I just couldn't stop and resist myself to stop learning that.
I mean, I'll tell you something that's clearly very similar what happened with me also. My journey with German has been very spontaneous and it was a random decision. I wasn't sure about learning German. I was sure about learning a foreign language, but and lately I was also looking for some other options other than my main subject. So I somehow landed up at Goethe Institute and registered myself. I don't know what was the that triggering point that time I had in my mind, but it just happened. But with flow, I think my interest grew, and thoughts keep floating around to make me learn further. So that I think we have similar. Let's move on to the next part, Ria, which is very interesting. So, what's your learning routine in German? Like, how much time do you devote in learning or practicing German?
Okay, so in the whole day, if you see, I give 7 hours to the German language. Like, yeah, 2 hours in the college. I have my Germanistic course. In college, I learned 2 hours like history of Germany and forms of literature in German language, obviously. And at home, I give 2 hours to my B2 level, the next level which I'm going to give. For that, I give 2 hours and 3 hours for my practice, self study.
That's good. I mean, 2 hours you spend in the course and 3 hours you do self-study.
Yeah,
That's so good. I mean, this is again, you have to devote this much time in order to learn any foreign language, not just German, or let's say any skill. Yeah, even for a singer, you need to practice a lot every day and night, uh, just to brush up, polish your skill. And of course, learning a language is also a skill. We can't compare it with any other subject, right?
that's true.
Yeah. So do you also face challenges? Like what challenges did you face in your early stage? And what challenges do you face at this moment? And where you've come so far?
Yeah, at my early stage, I faced a bit challenges like remembering the articles,
Yeah.
remembering the article endings, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's the common topic every German student can relate to.
Yeah.
So at this moment, I face a bit problem at just remembering the new grammar forms, which are non-ending grammar forms of German, which don't end, and just making them in use and using it spontaneously in sometimes in speaking and writing. It is sometimes challenging, but I'm coping up with that.
Yeah. So how do you practice all four modules? Like, how can you briefly explain the way you practice the four modules, which are Sprechen, Schreiben, Hören, and Lesen?
Okay, so for Yoren, I record the tracks means from Google or YouTube. I just download it. It also has that practice sheets. I just solve them continuously. I check the answers. I see a lot of films, which
Mhm.
makes my expression and urine both better.
Mhm.
I read many German books. Also, I have right beside me, I have two German books at present, which I was reading just 5 minutes ago. So
Nice.
yeah, so I like reading books and which helps my pronunciation to get better,
Yeah.
makes me to see the new forms which I use and listen. Mehr und mehr lesen
Mhm.
hilft mir.
Super.
And
Danke.
for speaking, I was just speaking in front of the mirror for so many days, but now just thanks to your academy who helped me to have a Sprechstunde and to make my speaking much more better.
I mean, I'm glad you mentioned Sprechstunde. We have been devoting. I think we have had already a couple of sessions so far, and we were not sure about the success of this, initiative. But this has come so good so far, and I'm glad that it had worked so good for you and for many others, I guess.
It has been the best. I have recommended many of the students to join it, to
Yeah,
join your academy because it has helped me a lot, and I have recommended so that they can also
yeah,
improve their German skills through your means.
100%. So, if I summarize, so it's a lot of reading that can give you help with the reading. It is a lot of speaking that can give you confidence in expression, and there's a lot of listening to different
Yeah.
podcasts, doing exercises in German, also recording or downloading things from different mediums. So I think these are the various ways you can
Yeah.
practice all those four modules. And I think Schreiben is also a part of it. You can only write good when you have good vocabulary, in your head.
Yeah, when we read a lot, when we see a lot, when we hear a lot, it helps us to write a lot.
Basically, swimming in the language.
Yeah, exactly.
So, would you like to recommend any channel, any particular movie or book, maybe, to the audience? I think this is the last part of our discussion. Any book recommendation, any channel recommendation which is there on YouTube? I mean, there are so many channels these days. Or any book that you have read or helped you a lot, something that you would like to recommend to the audience.
So, the book which I read a lot are they are not like a specific genre or any specific book. I read various books varying from anything, like from basic German picture book to reading a novel or an autobiography or just anything. At
Mhm.
present, I'm reading a book. Wait, just I will show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading this book. It's Drei Männer im Schnee. It's a wonderful book. Is it clear?
Yeah, from Erich Kästner. I think I've read a couple of things from Erich Kästner in my masters.
Yeah, he writes very well and he writes also simple, not too hard
Yeah,
or not too easy. It's in between and it just goes with the flow. And for YouTube channel, I prefer Easy German. I prefer
100%.
Deutsch Active. I prefer Yeah, and also at present I'm seeing their Erster Weg in Deutschland.
Yeah,
It's from Goethe Institute.
yeah, from Goethe. Yeah, right, right. I agree. I agree. I mean, thanks so much.
And the
This discussion, I think, is very useful for many more people who are learning German. And many congratulations to you, Dirya. Not everybody can made it so far, this far. I mean, you hats off to you for devoting so much time in learning a foreign language. I mean, and also for giving us time for this discussion.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my pleasure to give your interview.
That's so good, Ria. We will,
Yeah.
I mean, look forward to meeting you soon.
Yeah, soon. Tomorrow's fresh to we are meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
See you in the Sprechstunde. Tschüss. Bis bald.
Good. Bis bald.